Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am back today with another video. I'm here to talk about a certain topic. We're talking about perception versus your perspective. Now, I will be honest with you. I'm going to have to hurry up, so this might not be a long video because it looks like it's about to storm and the wind is blowing hard. As you can see, my torches are almost going to go out. We're going to try to get this to wrap up really fast. Now, when it comes to perspective and when it comes to perception, there's a big difference. They might seem like the same word, but there is a difference. For a simplified version of the definition of perspective, it is going to be the point of view from your point of view. All that means is what you believe and how you see it and how you perceive it. Now, perception is the public's view of you. The only difference with that one is the way that people perceive you might not be your perspective. The way that your perspective is more than likely is not the way it is perceived, which means that if you yourself are living your life and you're going through your own perspective, you're going to perceive the world in an entirely unique and different way. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us people. That's what makes us unique. But for every single other person that you encounter and interact with in this world, they're all going to perceive you in a different way. Some of these people are going to perceive you in a good way. Some are going to perceive you in a bad way. Some are going to perceive you in a way that you like. Some are going to perceive you in a way that you dislike. The difference is all in what you do with it and how you react. Everything that you do is perceived a certain way. If someone is a negative person, automatically they're going to perceive and place any negative tags and viewpoints that they have onto you when they see you. If they assume that people are just bad, no good animals, they're going to automatically assume that you are a bad, no good animal from just meeting you unless you prove them wrong through the way that you are perceived by them. And that right there is only in your actions. The thing is, you should not care how people perceive you if you're just looking to be happy. If you're looking to live your life and do what you want to do, the way that people perceive you doesn't matter. It's all about your perspective and your viewpoint. If you have a positive perspective and a positive viewpoint and you feel like everything's going to happen out and turn out positive, everything's going to turn out good for you in your state, then that means that you're going to end up producing energy that basically draws in positivity. That right there is the way to go. But if you sit here and let these other people's perceptions of you alter your own perspective, then that means that you are becoming a follower. You're going to start doing things that you don't even feel like you're comfortable doing. Because guess what? It's not you. That's not you. If you want to be you, act like you. If you want to be somebody else, act like them. All you need to do is be you and literally shift your perspective. And if you feel like you are living a life where you need to understand people and understand people on a deeper level, then that's where you can make the internal change to, instead of being on your perspective, you can shift your perspective. That perspective that you're shifting to is basically nothing but you doing this, taking yourself out of your shoes, out of your suit and tie, and putting yourself into someone else's shoes. And all I mean by that is, if someone else feels like you are living a certain way, dude, that's just because they see that. That's because that's what they think. You can't read minds out here. None of us can read minds, but that's what they think. Guess what? If you want to change what they think, you can't. You can't. All you need to do is just act accordingly. If you feel like 100% that this person thinks you're a bad person, bro, just be nice. Bro, just be you. Just be chill. And if they're perceiving it the wrong way, they're not meant to be in your life. At work, I was like, dang, I'm not going to lie. I am not enjoying my day today. But guess what? Nobody knows that. Nobody can actually picture your brain. Nobody can read your mind. All they're going to see is just you in a professional fit doing what you're supposed to be doing. And they're just going to be like, cool. And they're going to go with it. If you're in a position where you're the one that's the professional and you know more than them, they're going to assume you know more than them. All you need to do is have that confidence, have that actual go about you. If you make sure that you say things confidently, people are going to believe you. If I sit here and say, right now the sky is green and the ground is fucking blue, then guess what you're gonna believe? Exactly what I fucking said. You're gonna believe what I said because I fucking said it confidently. Or if I sit here and say, I just had Alfredo pasta for dinner and I enjoyed every single bit of it. I lied. I didn't have it for dinner. I had it for lunch. You see the difference? All you need to do is make sure that you adjust your perspective, because at the end of the day, the way that you are perceived doesn't matter. Most of the time, when people actually believe something about you, they don't remember it till later. People nowadays have microwave brains. They have a very low attention span. All you need to do is keep winning. If you win and then you lose and then you win again, nobody remembers your loss. They just remember that you're winning. They're only going to remember the most recent thing. If you have a full-on streak of losing, loss, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be like, oh shit, he's a loser. But guess what? You do one win. You get one win right after all those consecutive losses. Everyone's going to say you're a winner. You know why? Because you won. You didn't give up. As long as people don't see you lose and give up, you're never a loser. You're going to be a winner until you actually sit down and be like, I yield. I give up. I don't want to do it anymore. Then you're just trying, dude. You're just making it work. You're just working hard. You're just doing trial and error. That's all that is, bro. Trial and error is what makes winners. Failures is not a failure. Every failure you do is not a failure. Instead of lose, change that L from a lose to learn. It is L for learning. Every time. Learn. Because all I have to say at the end of the day is that if you sit here and you do what you think you're supposed to do, you do it on the passion-lit level that you're supposed to do it, and you have that energy to keep it up, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to keep the energy popping and moving and grooving. If you stay on motion, then you're going to keep on the promotion. If you keep on going, then you're never going to be able to be slowing. I'm just putting rhymes in this motherfucker. But you know what that means? That means that I'm rolling with the punches, dude. Every single time you need something done, just get it done. It don't be sitting here trying to wait and sit on your ass about it because you're scared you're going to lose. Just do it. If you lose, learn why you lost and make it the reason you win the next time. At the end of the day, the winners is who gets the prize. The winners are who gets the guys. The winners are who gets the ladies. I'm talking to ladies, gentlemen, everybody. If you're a winner, you're going to get what you want. And all you need to do to win is not give up. If you give up, you lost. You lost permanently. If you win after losing 1,000 times, that was all temporary. People only remember the things that happen at the end. They only remember the most recent thing. If every single day you got a bad hair day and then now you got good hair, they're going to be like, oh, shoot, they got good hair. Vaughn got really good hair. You know what that means, dude? They forgot about that old stuff. That stuff's in the past. Keep it in the past. Don't bring it up to nobody. There was a freaking whole little story I used to follow. It was called Fart in the Jar Martin. Do you know what Fart in the Jar Martin did? Fart in the Jar Martin was very famous. He was very famous because he used to fart in a jar and his name was Martin. But guess what? It wasn't because he used to do it or he did it one time. It's because every single time somebody saw him, he had a jar in his freaking hand and it had a fart in it. And every time he had to say, I never fart in a jar all the time. It's not like it's a hobby. I only did it the one time. And then somebody was like, dude, and you did that back in middle school. Reason we call you Fart in a Jar Martin is because, Martin, you always having a fart in a jar in your damn hands. You know what that means, dude? Fart in a Jar Martin was setting himself up. He's the one that kept reminding him of his fuck-ups. Bro, if you sit here and just do not remind people that you are a failure, that you failed at something, then you win and you turn around and win again, they're just going to think you're a winner. They're not going to even remember. All you need to do is get your shit together, put it all in a backpack, put it all together, and fucking win. That's it. All right. I'm done talking. That's all I had to say. It's about the storm. Y'all come back later. Bye. For sure.